India in the subject chemistry. Dr. Atul Nagpure sir, having 6 years of teaching and 11 years of research experience, he has registered 2 patents in US patent. He has also more than the around 16 research papers are published in international journals. Now, I would like to invite to Dr. Atul Nagpure sir to talk on how to start new research work and address to the conference. So I would like to hand over this stage to Dr. Atul Nagpure sir.
Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Honorable Dr. Chandramouli sir, Principal, Science College, Saudi, my colleagues and my close friend, Mr. Sandeep Deshmukh sir, Head of Department of Chemistry and IQC Coordinator. I express my thanks to Dr. Prerna Modak ma'am, Head of Department of Physics, and all the staffs of Science College, Sauli. I extend my sincere thanks to Deshmukh sir to inviting me for this 1 week national level research methodology workshop. So with this words, let me start my presentation. I'm going to share the screen. Sir, please confirm if everything is fine.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Visible, okay. So let's start a topic. My topic is how to start a new research work. I am sure that many of you has done your doctorate, maybe postdoctorate, and so many of you wanted to do excellent work in the field of research. Today, my topic will be how to start a new research work. So whenever, sir, slide is open now, second slide.
First is visible, sir.
Second is not shown.
Yes.
So still only first slide.
Now it is second, sir.
Second, just a minute. So now second came?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So whenever you are planning to do research work, many questions can come in your mind. So now it's coming, na? Questions marks are coming?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's start discussion now. So when you are planning for research, and those who are fresh in the field of research, many questions can come. That what is research, and especially on what topic I should start the research work. What will be the best topics to start the research, from where I should gather the information, in which journal I need to publish my research finding, and so on and so forth. So if you are not well known, your mind and your brain will be covered with so many of questions. So at the end of the lecture, I hope that all your questions will be solved. So let's look at first what is the research paradigm. Is the scene now? It's fine?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you look at the research paradigm, first thing come first, you need to plan your research work. What are you planning? Sometime in the research field, your guide has given some works to you. You talk to your friend. You find out.
Sir, third slide is not visible.
Only not visible.
Yes, sir.
Dream, design, delivery.
Uh, Second slide is visible. Sir, slide show.
Yeah, I'm going to. So where is the key? Slideshow key.
One task.
Hello.
Insert, design.
So where? So now it's now same first dream, design, the delivery, or still hanging. Hello.
Now
Hello.
visible, sir. Now your third slide is visible. Please carry on.
Yeah. So sir, then sir, shall I sir go with the same mode, or because that is not working in the laptop right now?
Sir, third slide is visible, sir.
Yeah.
Now the third slide is visible.
Yeah. So now I'll just go with the same thing only because I don't know that the key is not working. There's some technical issues. It seems to be. So now when you are looking for your research work, dreaming is very important. That means you need to start your research work and has to design the work. And if you are planning a particular research, now time has come to deliver. And if you are going in the same manner, I hope that you will come with the discovery. So point I'm trying to tell here, the creativity is fundamental attribute of science, which is driven by the curiosity. Now let's look at the what we require to publish work in a high research impact factor journey. Now, on the left side, the common person has seen one phenomena of the nature, and the phenomena is the apple has fall from tree on the ground. That common person is not asking the question to himself, and neither he's asking the question to the nature why the apple has fall down on the ground. In the research field, whatever you are starting, and if you are not ready to find out the question why, and you're not looking for the answers, believe me that your research work will be of low impact. So don't be like a common person in the research field. Be like a smart person. So on the right, you might have seen that Newton, let's take example of Newton, who is sitting down the tree, and he has seen the same phenomena that apple has fall from the tree, but he is more interested, and now he is looking for the reason why apple fall on the ground. He asked the question to himself, why this happening? He asked the question to the nature, and that is the process. So remember that if you are doing any kind of research work, you have to keep your eyes, nose, brain, all things should be open. And this person is nothing but a Newton who has discovered the law of gravity. Before Newton, many peoples might have seen the same phenomena in the nature, but why only the Newton has discovered the law of gravity? Because its attitude towards the research work. And he is asking the question in the research field, the same thing comes. You have to be optimistic. You need to find out the reason, what is the cause of the phenomena. So don't be like a common person. Always try to be like a Newton who has discovered the law of gravity. And if you follow the same process, your work will be in the high impact factor journal. So in a conclusion, I should say that it is the idea which matter most. Now let's look at what is the research process. In a research process, we first try to identify the problems. Then once you finalize the problem, we will try to go towards the reviewing the articles, that how many people around the world has worked on the same area. After that, you need to find out what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of their current work, and try to minimize the disadvantages and try to do some innovation in the same research field. And the moment you has planned your work, try to test your hypothesis, choose the study design, and start to work on the same design. Your work may be in the various field. It can be in the biomass, it can be in the fuel, it can be nano material, it can be in the complexes, it can be in an instrumental technique, and so on. So research actually is a process. Identify the problem, review the literature, try to collect the information as much as possible, design your own work, and start to your hypothesis testing. And after that, if you finalize your research finding, now the time has come to write your report. And by the way, we can collect the data. Research is not like doing work in a overnight. It's not like that you do work in a month and you publish the work. You have to follow the process, and if you're following a proper process, a proper methodology, believe me that your research will be a good impact factor or good quality work. Now let me give you one fine example how we prepare the arabic acids. All of you know that arabic acid can be prepared by in a two different way. One can be in petroleum process, and second is which is based upon renewable feedstock. So now let's look at the first process, the petrochemical process via cyclohexane. So in the cyclohexane, we use the oxidation catalyst in which we get the Ka oil, and the Ka oil after oxidation by nitric acid, we end up with the arabic acid. But if you look at very carefully here, the cyclohexane molecule is a crude base oil. And you know, currently complete world is focuses on using a fossil fuels like petroleum, coal, natural gases, and so on. Imagine one day all fossil fuels has finished. We don't left with any petroleum based compound. What will happen with the arabic acid process? Which means that you need to go towards the renewable process. Now in the next, you can look at, if you want the arabic acid, the same process we can obtain from the biomass compound. Biomass are nothing but the non-fossilized biodegradable organic material obtained from plants and animals, and these can be use on a renewable basis. So instead of using benzene or cyclohexane as a feedstock for adipic acid, the glucose will be the best because glucose is bio-based compound. I have just given a simple example how we can prepare the adipic acids. So in the research, you need to have the same thinking in the mind. So what are the advantages of the current system and how we can overcome that? Don't do just mix X component and Y component and you added Z as a catalyst and something we got. So these kinds of research practice should be stopped completely. You need to observe very carefully what is your reactant, what are the chemicals and the physical features of that compounds are, and does it safety to the human being, or if I dispose in the nature, is it ensuring the safety to the nature also? What are the kinds of catalysts we are using, in which process these catalysts are made, and how does products will be helpful for the end consumer. So this is the nice example where we can see the adipic acid generation. You should stop working the petroleum based reactant and try to move towards the renewable process like using a biomass. Now let me give you the second example of the applications of nanomaterial. You are well known in the field of chemical sciences how the nanomaterials are emerging nowadays. Nanomaterials are nothing but the compounds which are formed at the nanoscale level. For your knowledge, the nanomaterials can be obtained at various dimensions. We can have different shape. It can be circular, it can be triangle, it can be quantum dots, and so forth. Because of that nano material, people are slowly moving towards preparation, characterization, and applications of nanomaterials. And for your knowledge, this nanomaterials finds a variety of applications in a different sector. Like it can be used for renewable energy, renewable storage. Many compounds are catalysis based. It can be used for cosmetics and paints, polymers, environmental science, agriculture and food, optical engineering, nanotechnology, medicine and drug discovery, electronics and nano devices, textile, photography, biophysics, defense and security, biochemistry, metallurgy, and materials. So on and so many applications these nanomaterials we have. So those who are looking for a new research work, these nanomaterial based compounds will be the really good aspects for those who are looking for the new research work. So in the research, try to be always in the innovative manner and try to do a good research work. Now, let me give you how we can carry out the conceptual research work. So first thing comes first, you have to conceptualize the model. Concept, what is your design? What are the techniques you are going to use? Which method you are going to adopt? What are the chemicals you require? What are the instrumentation techniques you're going to employ for characterization? All the plan has to be there in your mind. So first is the conceptual models. The moment you has conceptual model, then you need to try your hypothesis that the X and Y is giving a Z. So try to now implicate that kinds of work. After that, design and carry out the experiment in the laboratory. Try to optimize the reaction condition. Try to optimize the temperature, pressure, the molar ratio of the reactant, and so on and so many things can we do in a design and carrying out the experiment. The moment you got your result, then you need to analyze, interpret, and compare the data. This is the very important steps in the research analysis, that if you are getting some compounds in the less yield or in the more yield, or if your reaction is not working at all, what are the kinds of possible reasons you may have? Try to find out the answers of these questions. Try to interpret the results. And if you have the result now in your hand, try to compare these results with the earlier research work. And if they are superior, it's well and good. If the data, what you are getting from the research is not good, then think how we can improve the research work by optimizing the various reaction condition. Later, now the time has come to express your result in a more systematic manner. And then you need to look for the applications of the research work. So this is the way you need to carry dream, test hypothesis, carry out research work, analyze the data, and try to present and look for the applications of the research finding. Now, the moment you has written your manuscript or research finding, now you need to keep some important steps in your mind before writing the research article. So first, write the ideas whenever they come to you. You might be traveling, you might be sleeping, you might be playing, you might be thinking in your home. Remember, the moment the idea comes in your mind, you have to write down somewhere. Because the next time that same idea may not comes in your mind. So the first step here, the moment you got the idea, write down somewhere and try to use this idea, try to use this concept. And afterwards, records your results and readings. The moment you record your results and reading, now time has come to draw a table, draw a structure, and draw graphs. Later, you can note down the significant observation during the evaluation and synthesis process. At this stage, if you found there are some things are done wrong or something need to again evaluate, try to revise your results, try to repeat the experiment. Now, if you are following these steps, after you can write your manuscripts. So you can see the writing a manuscript is a long journey. So idea comes, you are doing the practicals, you are getting the outputs of your results and starting your research work. Now let me give you how we can publish your research work. Research work publication is a process, is a step by step. The moment you are writing your research article in a proper publication house, you need to submit this research article to the respective journal. Then this research article will be now forwarded to the journal editor for the screening. The journal editor will try to evaluate the research article and he will see that whatever the paper has been submitted, is it good? Is it following or is it suit for this respective journal or not? And if you feel the research works has some advantage compared to current existing system, then he can say the article for the peer review process to the well-known person in the same research field. The reviewers afterwards will try to assess and then he will give the appropriate decision on the manuscript. If the reviewers believe that whatever they are doing, if they are good, or if they found that there are some mistake in writing the research article, they may give a replies in the query, and later the author himself need to make required changes and resubmit the paper to that respective journals. Then the research articles may get published. So if you look at the review process, if you are publishing in your research in a good research journal, these are the steps you need to follow. But nowadays, many of you, my colleagues, those who are listening this lecture, they may be knowing the one fact that we are doing a paid research work. Paid research work, I mean to say, we did the research in our lab, we put extra efforts, we are doing novel work, we are doing extraordinary systematic research findings, and we give money to the journal for publishing a research. And please stop this kinds of practice, and believe me that if you are giving 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 30,000 or 1 lakh rupees for publishing your own research work, I don't think you are doing justice with the research. This is my personal opinion. If your research is a quality research work, I don't think you need to pay a single rupees to that journal. But now current condition is that all of you will pay some rupees of money to the local, I am putting in an inverted comma, so-called international journal, and we are giving money to them that they should accept the research work, and in a 1 week or only 2 days, your research work will be accepted. And this kinds of practice, my dear colleagues, should be stopped. If you believe that your work is novel and you had some extraordinary finding, you need to go for research journal like RSC, ACS, elsewhere, Science Direct, and so on and so many. Don't go for paid research work. This is my personal opinion. Now, if you are looking for the essential parts in the research, you need to give a specific title to the research work. In this section, I would like to give what are the important parts the scientific paper should have. Title comes first. Title should be appropriate and concise and should throw the light on your research work, followed by the authors who really contribute the research work and the applications of the authors. Now in the abstract section, give your result in such a way that the whoever is reading the first time, they should fall in the love of your work, because the high quality journal editors or reviewer, they will give the first look at your abstract, and this is a very important step in writing the research findings. So abstract should be concise and should give the highlight of your research work. Next comes introduction. In this section, try to give the overall idea what are the things you are really doing and what are the outcomes of the result. Here, please try to address the issues and what are the things it has forced you to start the research work. And in this, you can give a slight overview of the current research works as well. Then in experimental section, you need to mention what are the chemicals you are using, how you prepare your material, and what are the techniques like XRD, TPD, Raman, IR, NMR, and so on. And further, how you carry out your research work. This section is very important, because if someone wanted to reproduce your result, you need to give a small discussion in this part. Now, then results and discussion. Here, you have to discuss your result in a systematic manner. Say, for example, you made a catalyst, you made the material, you need to analyze the XRD, IR, try to explain the result in a systematic and proper manner, and try to cite the research article previously. Furthermore, if you add, if you are optimizing the reaction condition, like if you're optimizing the solvent, if you're optimizing the pressure, then if you are doing a various parameter study, you can discuss in a well manner. And one more important part I would like to highlight here, if your research is good and if you are doing some kind of A conversion to B conversion, like reactant A goes to product B, how the reaction is occurring, I mean to say, you have to give the mechanistic insight and what are the driving force, what is the nature of the catalyst you require. Say, for example, you require palladium, you require gold, copper. And if you require copper, for example, what is the plane, like 1 plane, 100 plane, and what are the size of materials you require, what are the morphologies of the catalyst will be good to carry out the research work. All these kinds of finding you need to add here, because this point will give you real weightage to the work. That is the mechanistic insight and what you understood from your own work. This is very important, and please try to go to the mechanistic study also. Now, at the end, you have to conclude your research and try to give a proper conclusion. What are the things you believe, that what are the factors, what are the driving force which cause the reactions to occur. All these kinds of discussion you need to add here. So starting from title, introduction, discussion, and at the end we need to do conclusion. These are the essential parts you have to mention in a proper manner if you are wanted to publish your research work in a high impact factor journal, in a well-known international research journal as well. And later we have acknowledgement and the references. Sir, I'm getting some, yeah, fine. So now if you look at the component of new research work, first comes either innovations. Innovations means don't do only research that you want to only get the PhD, or you want the promotions, or you wanted to want something to be done in the so-called research. Innovations, I mean to say, you have to address the current world problem. Like we are facing a problem of the energy. We are dependent on the diesel, petrol, LPG, natural gas, on the only fossil fuels. So your research planning should be, how can I apply, how can I innovate, how I can design new research methodology so it will solve the problem of the energy. You can also give the design of the novel materials which no one had seen so far can be uses. In most of the cases, try to use the green chemistry principle as well, because in a green chemistry, we follow the 12 principle, and in that we try to overcome the problems which generally face while doing the research work. So safety precautions, using of the catalyst, using of renewable material, systematic analysis, and benign solvents, and so on and so forth, we can do in this area. So first, remember that your research work has to be in an innovative manner. Next come the methods. In methods, try to carry out the research work at the low temperature and at the ambient conditions. We have seen that many of you are carrying out the research work at higher temperature and higher pressure using the costly techniques and costly design. So you need to design your work in such a way that it is a cost effective, it is environmental effective, and which can be designed in your own lab. Say, for example, if I wanted to do the research work in a Saulik chemistry lab or in a Nagpur chemistry lab, your design of the work should be in the same manner so that I have to do in the existing system. I need to carry out, I need to start my research work, what I'm having in the lab. Now, this is the way your planning comes. So plan accordingly what we have in the lab, what we can access from the friends. And if you are doing in the research work, you will not feel the problems while carrying out the work. So be like always Newton, always do the smart work. Don't be like a common man. The third important factor is the advantage. Advantage, beneficiary outcome is the utmost important. Advantage means don't add X and Y and get Z. First thing, whatever the product, whatever the design you are making, is it advantageous or not? And believe me, if your system, if your reaction, if your method, if your technology is not advantageous, research outcome is completely, big zero. So it's my personal request to all of you who wanted to start the research work, who has already started their work, advantageous. Are you getting the advantages of your outcome or your techniques? Don't do regular research work which does not end up, and we used to call it the dustbin research work. Please don't do that kind of research. Will not be getting any output at all. In the fourth, the data analysis plays a very important factor here. Data analysis means what? If you are getting the results and if you are finding the outcomes, how we can analyze that data, and always ask question yourself why these results are superior, why these results are inferior, and if your results are not good, try to improve the results so you can get the better outcomes of your own design. The next and fifth part is the report writing. Remember that report writing is a skill. Don't present. If you are doing a small work also, if you are doing a lab scale work, you have to present. You need to demonstrate work in such a way that those who are reading the research article, they should feel in the love of your research work. And in the same way, your research work can be again more cited in the scientific community. So for that, try to read as much as possible. Try to gather the notes and try to find out the disadvantage, and put your research work or present your research work in such a way that it should be interesting and knowledgeable to scientific area. And next, the has to find out somewhere applications of your own design. So let me give you a conclusion of my research work, because Deshmukh sir has only given me only 10-45 minutes. So I will just conclude my research work here. Think like a proton and stay positive. All we are, the scientific community, we are here gathered for this 1 week national level research workshop method. In the research, you have to be positive like a proton. In many cases, we found that your research work may not be gone at the first instant. You may require 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, or 2 years. So, but don't get disappointed. Try to find out the reason, try to optimize the reason, try to find out the way how we can boost the technology, how we can boost the methodology. So the final outcomes will be good, because we have seen that in many areas we get in a burden, we get depressed if your work is not going in a proper manner. So we know the electron, we know the proton, know the neutron. Try to go towards proton, who is always positive, and try to boost your research career. So with this, I would like to conclude my research work, and I welcome and I request, is my urge to all of you, try to do always a good quality research work. Don't go for routine work which we generally followed for getting a PhD or getting the promotion. At the end, I welcome all of you in the good quality research scientific area. Thank you very much for your patience listening. And at the end, I also extend my sincere thanks to the Sandeep Deshmukh sir, Head of Department of Chemistry and Accuracy Coordinator, for giving me chance to share my vision on the research methodology. Thank you all. That's all from my side.
Thank you, sir.
There was some, I think the slide was not moving, so I just went to in the same manner. So excuse me for that error.
Thank you, sir. I would like to thank to Dr. Atul Nagpuri sir for giving valuable, informative information about how to start research. Sir, your presentation is very awesome and informative. I hope students, research scholars, as well as dignitaries are keep your valuable suggestion during the research. I would like to thanks to organizing team, and also thanks my college principal, Dr. Chandramuli sir. Last but not least, I would like to thank research scholars and dignitaries, those attend this third day of uh, 1 week national conference. Now, I would like to hand over this stage to Mr. Deshmukh sir for the next session. Thank you very much, sir.
Rajeshri ma'am,
Yes, sir.
please start the session. Thank you, Nagpure sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I, Dr. Rajashri Markandevar, welcome all to the second session of this national webinar on research methodology. I find it great pleasure to introduce you all. This significant lady has 17 years of teaching experience and 12 years of research experience. She has published around 60 research papers in referred journals, achieving 148 citation. Under her supervision, 8 students have been awarded with their PhD degree. She has received Research Excellence Award in the year 2020 by Institute of Scholars. She has been a resource person for various webinars and workshops conducted by Department of Mathematics in various cities and both online and offline mode. She has served as the member of advisory committee technical committee, and many other prestigious committees. She has also chaired paper presentation seminar in many national and international conferences. Apart from her academics, she is also an NSS program officer and conducted various events like awareness program, quizzes, and blood donation camp. This shows her significant contribution in extension activities also. So without much ado, now I invite Dr. S. Lavanya, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics from Bharati Women's College, Chennai. We welcome you, ma'am, on behalf of the entire Rashtrapita Mahatma Gandhi College. And now I would invite you to please take the charge. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Can you do
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity given. So I thank all the management authorities for giving me this opportunity to be a part of this workshop. I'm very much happy. Hope PG students and research scholars are there who are yet to start their research. And so I joined in two devices. So I'll close the other one. I thank Prerna for Modak ma'am. Okay, so let me start my.
Welcome, ma'am.
I'll share my PPT. Hope my screen is visible. Yes. Can you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So it gives me immense pleasure to be a part of this one-week National Research Methodology Workshop organized by Department of Physics and Chemistry in association with ICSE. So I'll start with the various research steps. So everyone have talked about this. So just I'll give the research steps, various steps. The first main step will be the identification of research problem and review of related literature. So my topic is essential e-skills for research. So for review of literature, what are the e-resources you needed, skills you needed, that I'll explain. Then setting research questions, objectives, and hypothesis will be the next step. Then you have to prepare your research design and experimentation. Actual experimentation should be done. After that experimentation, the results and discussions. So the experimental results, you can discuss that. And the final will be the formulation of conclusion and the recommendation for further research. These are the main steps for a scientific research. So how to start the research journey? So first will be choose a broad topic that may be suggested by the supervisor, or you can choose your interested topic. Acquire knowledge of all the basic concepts of the topic. So if the supervisor has suggested you a topic, so you first be thorough with the basic concepts of the topic. Then start reading research papers, that is the review of literature. Then after reading many papers, you can able to find a research gap. Then from the research gap, you narrow down the topic and then do the in-depth research on the narrowed down topic. Okay, then get into your unique research topic. This will be the research journey. So first, identification of research problem. So the topic may be assigned by a supervisor or chosen by yourself. This step right is important if you want the rest of the research process to be painless. So common mistake students can make is getting far too specific at the early stages. So in the beginning itself, they will be specific. You should not do like that. Okay, so select the right topic. So choose a first broad topic. Then you go after the set of review of literature, you go for super specific. Okay. Review of literature. So a literature review is an integrated analysis, not a summary of scholarly writings that are related directly to your research question. It represents the literature that provides background information on your topic and shows the correspondence between those writings and your research question. So literature review is not reading any papers, any kind of research papers. First, you have to search a paper related to your topic. Then you form a correspondence between those papers and your research question. As a literature review may be a standalone work or the introduction to a large research paper depending on the assignment. So after reading many such papers, you can consolidate and make it as a research paper. So that will be a review paper. Okay. So review paper will give ideas to the future researchers. Okay. So you can first do a thorough literature. You can present a paper or write a paper on the review of the literature chosen, the topic chosen by you. So gone are the days of going to the library, studying numerous books, taking notes on the paper and doing research. Okay, so now we have come to a closed room, and with the computer we can find a number of the papers. Okay. Thanks to the technology, we are no longer have to do the boring taking notes and all. Okay. So the first review of literature, the easily available source is Google. Okay. So for any kind of thing you can search in Google. Okay. So Google Scholar is a freely accessible web search engine that indexes the full text or metadata of scholarly literature. So in Google, if you search a topic, many papers will come, but if you search a topic in Google Scholar, only the scholarly papers will shown by the search engine. I think I have to share the intestine. So I want to show how to use this Google Scholar. I'll stop. Or you tell me whether you are able to see the other screen.
Yeah, ma'am, you're audible, but some noise is observed over here.
Am I not clear to you? Yes? Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you able to see my browser or PPT?
Yes, ma'am. PPT is also okay. The only some noises are observed in the presentation.
So I'll switch off my fan. Now it's okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll stop servicing. Share the entire. Can you able to see this Google?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So how to use the Google Scholar? Okay, I'll search for Google Scholar, or generally you type in Google. I'm taking it as a nano physics. Okay, so if you type this, I'm showing how to search papers. Okay, so here you can see this. So you can write it as scholarly articles. Scholarly articles, nanotechnology, or whatever it is. So if you click this, you will get the scholarly articles, that is Google Scholar. So this will be the Google Scholar. So you will get many papers. Here in the side you will have the link of the PDF. So available papers link will be there. Okay. So you can use this Google search. So you have to be familiar with this to find out the related literature. Okay. And then so the next will be archive. That is ARXIV archive. So here this is archive. Okay. So this is a repository, electronic preprints or known as e-prints. So here you will find the many articles that are not available in the Google, but the preprints will be given here. Okay, this preprints is approved for publication after moderation that consists of scientific papers in the fields of mathematics, physics, astronomy. So all the science related papers, mathematics related papers, you can find it in archive. So I'll go with this also. This just I'm showing for the beginners how to get it. So this is our archive print. So if you are going for physics, you can choose physics here. So first we'll go on to this. So this will be the topic. So you can find many related topics in physics. So astrophysics, condensed matter, high energy. So many things. Same way chemistry or mathematics, you can choose the subjects here and you will get the related papers. Okay. So from this you can find the paper related to this. Okay, you can change the reason papers, categories, reason like that, and you can get your papers. So you can go here, this in search column. You can find a topic related to this, and you can find nanophysics or any specific topic that is given by your researcher or from if you have attended any seminar and you are interested in the topic taken there given by the resource person. So so any papers related to this will come. So see here, this is the archive number. So you can click this and you will get the detailed data. Yes. Can you able to see that?
Yes, ma'am.
So this will be the ResearchGate. So ResearchGate is a social networking site for scientists and researchers to share papers, ask and answer questions, and find collaborators. So in ResearchGate, if you are a member, so if you want to become a ResearchGate member, you should have a institute mail ID. You cannot log in with the Gmail. Just you should have an institute mail ID, and you can log in with that your institute mail ID and create your profile. So in that you can find many research papers and you can also discuss with the other researchers there in the ResearchGate. So I'll show that also. I think I'll not be able to log in. So ResearchGate. So this will be the topic. So you can search a topic here and you can get many related results. So here you have found this. So I can download text. Sometimes full text may not be available. Sometimes full text will be available. You can request if the download full text is not available. Here it will be the request full text. So if you request full text, the author may send or may not send. If you want, you can get it from the authors. Okay. So this is the research sheet. So the next will be, so from these are the main things: Google Scholar, Archive, and ResearchGate. These are the main things. And then you have this dissertation or thesis database. So our Indian thesis database is Show the Ganga. So Show the Ganga is a reservoir of Indian thesis, and it is a digital repository of all the theses and dissertations submitted to the universities in India. So it is maintained by InflibNet. If you go in Google and search for just InflibNet or Show the Ganga, if you type, you will get this, which is an autonomous inter-university center of the UGC. Okay. The full text of all documents submitted to Show the Ganga are available to read and to download in open access to the academic community worldwide. The repository has over 3 lakh pages and 8,000 synopses. So all the Indian university spaces will be available in this link. I think this is not working now, but I'll search for that. Today morning I searched that, but that is not working. I'll have to type it as Show the Ganga. Okay. So this will have a, so if you want to be specific, subject specific, so if you want, so I already told you nano physics. I'll take this as my broad topic. And if I search here, so I get a thing like this, and many topics will be available here. You can see this. So development of carbon nanotubes or polymer blending nanocomposites for electromagnetic interference fielding. So here the researcher name will be given, guide name will be given. If you click this, you will get the details of the thesis, who is the researcher, who is the guide, which year it is completed, name of the department, and name of the university. So that will be given here. So you can close this, and you can see here the chapter wise topics will be there. So related thesis you can download. Full text is available here. You can make use of this Show the Ganga. So how to write a thesis. So chapter 1. So here you can see this acknowledgement, certificate, declaration, everything will be given, contents. So I'll click, I don't want full details. I just want to know the content means I'll click the content here. So this table of contents will be there. So from this you can use, if your topic is there, you can get those chapters, chapter wise. Okay, you can go take those chapters and read it, and you can make use of that. Okay. So this is about Show the Ganga. So you can find any topic, physics, chemistry, social science, almost all the topic thesis of all the Indian universities will be there. Okay. Then you have this PQDT, that is a ProQuest, and MIT thesis. These are the foreign university thesis. So dissertation and thesis available will be here. So you just type MIT thesis. Here you can get 5,000. I'm not going detailed in that. So you can choose from this. Okay, this is a foreign university. These are the most used. You have many number of e-resources, but we'll use these things. So the Ganga will be better because it is a Indian origin. Okay, so you can go into for this. So if you are not able to find any paper related to yours, you can contact the authors. So in any research paper, email ID of the author and co-author will be given. You can mail them explaining the doubts on your understanding of the concepts explained in the paper and request for the explanation or clarification. Okay, you can write to the author and request copies. If you send by email, you will usually get a PDF. Usually authors will send the PDF. Some may not respond to you, but you can write and ask your doubts. Okay. So after conducting your searches and find the literature, keep track of your searches. Okay. Always you find you have collected many papers, you have to keep track of all the things that you have collected. So you have to maintain your own database on your specific chosen topic. Okay. While collecting research articles, you make a personal database. Make a list of papers as in reference you have collected and arrange it alphabetically. After collecting your papers, you rename it with the title or author's name or with number in the list for easily locating your paper. So you collect the papers, you make a list, so number it, you can give the paper number to that and you can refer with that number. So you can maintain a database. You may keep them in a single folder or categorize them according to some properties and keep them in various folders. So you can keep all your research papers in a single folder or you categorize. So nanophysics in that specifically what you have like that you can categorize and keep it in different folders. So my request is you can do it in cloud. Always you can do it in cloud. Cloud is nothing but you can use your Google Drive, OneDrive or Dropbox for access from anywhere in the world. So if you are, you can also maintain in your PC hardware for easier access. So you can maintain all your literature papers in a PC, in a folder in your computer, or you upload it in Google Drive for easy access from anywhere. So, okay. So Google Drive, I'll show you the Google Drive. I think during this pandemic, many of you are aware of this Google Drive. Okay. So I show my. So this is my Google Drive. So I have 2 or 3 emails. One of this is here. You can create a folder like this, PhD or research like that. You can create a folder. Can you able to see this? I'm not able to. So you can make a copy of the papers like this. So actually I have one more. Okay, so leave it. You can create a folder like this. You can use this new to upload the papers. So you have downloaded in the PC. You can use this file upload and upload it in Google Drive. Okay, so file upload, if you click, you will get the papers in that. So from the downloads, you can choose the papers here and open, it will be uploaded in the drive. So you upload all the research papers that you have downloaded into the drive and make it in a folder. So that will be easy for access from anywhere. So review the abstracts and conclusion carefully. This will save your time. So you have collected all the papers regarding your topic and you review the abstracts. So read out the abstracts and conclusions carefully. Okay, you need not go through the full paper. Just read the abstracts and conclusions. This will save your time. Write down the keywords you used and where you found them. So if you are taking this electromagnetic or something specific topic, you make the keywords of the specific titles or topics, that is the terms. Okay, then use reference work or Mendeley. Okay, Mendeley will be useful for keep track of your citations. So read the research papers and write out in your own words what you have understood from it. Spend at least 1 hour to read research journals daily, or make it to complete the review at least 2 papers weekly. Okay, so this will be consistency is very important for a stress-free research work. Okay, so consistently you make a point that in the first year of your research you are going to make a thorough literature review. So read at least 1 paper in a day. Okay, so or 2 papers weekly. So like that, if you read it in 365 days. So for a year, if you read, then only actually for a research, at least you should read at minimum of 200 papers, 100 to 200 papers. Then only you will get the idea on the topic related to that topic. Okay, not any papers. So you have to read papers related to that. So before going into this, I think this Mendeley software, Mendeley is a reference management software that allows researchers to create references, citations, and bibliographies in multiple journal styles with just a few clicks. Okay, you make a data, that is, you log in and you make your this. Quickly access your library from anywhere. So Windows, Mac, Linux, etc., and add papers directly from your browser. Okay. So I'll explain this Mendeley software,
Greatest student.
but I'm not going deep into that. Just how to log in and how to upload your papers that I'll show you.
आता
Yes, I'm typing Mendeley. So you will get Mendeley reference management. So this is so here you can create a free account. Okay, this is available free and also paid version. So paid version will have many advantages. So you can type your mail here and give a password. Okay, if your institution is having this elsewhere, they have bought this elsewhere means you can sign in via your institution. Okay, so you can use that. I'll show you my maybe I log in with my I should open. Okay, so here you can search an article and you can keep it in your library. Okay, so I'm searching something. Write it as nano physics related article. So I'm just this is a broad topic. So you'll get a lot of papers like this. So I'll click this. So most cited will be or most recent will be available. So add to library. So you add to your library. Okay. Likewise, so you can view in your library. So you can add all the papers research related to this, and you can add it to your library. Click to view my library. It's not opening. My internet is slow. Okay. Same way you can read this. Click view in my library. Okay. So you can make use of this. So this is my library. I can, so here library is there. So here you can see. I think it's not opening. So same like this, you can make the reference papers. You download the papers from Google and you can make this as your reference. Okay. So this will be easy when you compile the data, when you write out your research paper. So for beginners, I will show you how the research paper will be. So many of the people, research persons are talking about research paper, writing research paper. So what it is, that will be the confusion for those who are new to this. Okay. So just I will share the paper. So this is one of the research papers. So the different journals will have different templates. So here this is the nanomaterial. So this is the template here. Usually a paper will have the title, okay, and the authors, first name, last name. So this first will be the author who have contributed the topic. The second author will be the one who have reviewed this paper, or the other authors will be this. And you have the correspondence. So here you can see correspondence email. That will be the corresponding author. Okay. So corresponding author is nothing but who send the paper to the journal and keep track on the paper till the publication of your paper. So when you are doing research, you are able to find a new concept, or you have found a topic, and you have to uh, present your research work to the society or to the people. Okay, so for that you have to publish your research work. So research work will be published as a journal paper. Okay, research paper. So this is the research paper. The main title will be there, authors will be there, author affiliations, so and email ID will be given. This is the usual steps and the abstract. So abstract is the uh, summary of what your research is. Okay, so here you can give the background, you can give the methods, you can give the results or conclusions in a simplified way. Okay, just by reading into the abstract, the people should understand what you have done in your research. Okay, so that's what I told you during the review of literature. Just you read out the abstracts, mark the keywords, and read the conclusion. That will give you a broad idea. Okay, from that, if it is interesting or if it is of your topic, you can read the full article. Okay, and find the methods or research here from that. Okay, and you will have this introduction part. Okay, introduction, then you have a review of literature. So which paper motivated you, or what research article motivated you to continue your research or do research in that topic. Okay, and those comes under the literature review. So what are all the papers you referred, that will be in the literature review. After introducing the main topic in the introduction part, you will give the research articles, review of literature, what you have studied, which paper motivated you, like that. Then you have the result section, and this will be the subsection. So main topic under that. Then you can have the figures, titles, tables. So if you have tables, you can write that. Otherwise, you can leave that. This is the diagrams. So diagrams which should be numbered. Okay. So in the paper, every diagram should be in order. Figure 1, figure 2. So in the body of the paper, you can write that figure 2 represents, figure 1 represents, like that. The same way tables. So each and every research journals will have different templates for this. Okay, you can then can write the theorem, proof, discussion, conclusion. So if you are availing any patent, if you are applying for any patent, you can write that here. And acknowledgement, those who have author's contribution. This is the main thing, author's contribution. If you have more than 1 or 2 authors, more than 2 authors means which author contributed what, that you have to write here. Okay, so always this author's contribution is important. Okay, so nowadays many people just add their names, their colleague names in their paper, but they would have not contributed anything. So now some journals have made it compulsory, made it mandatory to write the author's contribution. Okay, then funding. If you are getting funding from any funding agency, you have to write that. That will be given. And data, from where you have taken the data, that will be given here. And acknowledgements, to whom you are thanked. So some people who have not done anything to the paper, but helped in some or the other way. So librarian would have helped you to get your papers. So like that, if you want to thank him, so you can write that in acknowledgements. Then conflicts of interest, that authors, everyone are together only, they are not. So there is no conflict between the interest and authors. That you have to mention here. Then there comes the reference. So reference, you have many styles. API style like that. So that can all you can manage with the Mendeley software. Okay. So any researcher means you have to be thorough with a word processor, this Mendeley software, and Google Drive and Google Scholar, Archive, those and all the basic skills that you have to develop. Okay. So then I want to. So this one just I've told you what how the research paper will look and how you will write the research paper. Okay. So Mendeley software, you go and explore. Okay. So anything you can go and explore. You have a help column in everything. So in help column, you can go and search what you need. That will be given in the help column. Okay. So with this Mendeley software, you can write all this. So this comes under freeware and also. Okay. So I told you this. So preparing a research paper as a complete literature review, and you will be able to find the research gap and narrow down your topic, and you can do the experimentation and results. You can prepare a research paper, which I told you how a research paper will look like. Okay. Then compiling research process. So for comparing research process, you have this word processor. So LaTeX, this documentation, LaTeX will be good for scientific documentation. Okay, technical and scientific documentation, LaTeX will be better and best. I can say so. You can type LaTeX in Google search and you can download it because it is a freeware only. Okay, so I will show you how it looks. So I type it as LaTeX. Okay. So this LaTeX is a documentation preparation system. So if I click this, the download options will be there. So you can get a newer version or get. I think I can download from here. So free software. You can download it from here, and in any case I told you, you can go with the help menu. Okay, help menu. With the help menu you can write out the papers. Okay, so in many journals this template will be given, LaTeX template will be given. So being a beginner, you go with the journal template and write out what the topic here, what is given in that, then you can develop. So you, with the help menu, you can write one page, you can type one page, like Word documentation. I think many of you will know the Word documentation. So this is the Word. Okay, this is the Word documentation. Here you will have used the insert design like that. So review part, this review part. If you are typing content, okay, your content, and you want to send to your research supervisor, so you can take this paper and abstract or any part. Okay, background research. So you can write a comment here. Okay, review, new comment. So you can write the comments and type. So I have taken this paper. Is it right, sir? Or like that. So you can write. I have taken anything like that has to calculate. So you can write like this and send this paper to your research supervisor. So research supervisor, he can give back the comments in the same thing. Okay. So that will be the interactive. So in Word also you can use this. Okay. References, you can use this. This references part, this is available in Word 16 only, not the previous versions. So insert a citation, cross section. So you can do all these things with the Word. Okay. So now the free for this Microsoft Word is a paid version. So for easy, that is freeware, you can use Google Docs. Okay, that is a easier one. I will share that. I think, can you able to see this? So in your drive, you click new. Okay, you will get Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Forms. This Google Forms is used to collect data. So Google Docs. So I have clicked, I have already opened this Google. Can you able to see that? Can you able to see this? My
Yes,
Google,
ma'am.
my Google Doc, untitled document. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Okay. So here, same way as Word, you can type out here. Okay, MS Word, you can Google and you can share this paper with your supervisor. Okay, you have typed all the things, your supervisor or your friends. So whoever wants to help you in your research, you can send them. You can give a title or you can say, give a title. I will type it as nanophysics. It's just for I don't know about nanophysics, but I have taken this. Okay, so I'm saving this as nanophysics. Okay, I can share it to anyone who is helping through this mail. Okay, so I'll share and done. Click done means that will be shared to that person. So he will get it in his drive. Okay, so then you can collaboratively, both of you can work together in the same document. Okay, so this will be easier here. So, and many tools are available in this Google Docs. You can have add-ons also. You can get add-ons also. So you can see tools. So here voice typing is there. So I'll click voice typing. Here English is there. You can give it any language you can change. Okay, and click and speak. Nanophysics. So it will type. So you need not go and type. You just speak to this and you will get the matter typed. Okay. So it will be easy when you are not able to type. You can use this voice typing and type the things. Okay. This is available in this Google Docs tools. Okay. In Google Docs tools, you have this voice typing. Okay. Then you have translate document, dictionary, linked objects, citations, many things you have, many things are available in this Google Docs. Same way you have, you go to Drive and click new, you can get this, click Google Sheets, you will get the spreadsheet. I think many of you are aware of this spreadsheets because in this pandemic we have used this. Okay, so this Google Sheet is the Google Sheet will make is similar to your Excel document. Okay, if you have many data, that is hundreds or thousands of data, means you can use this spreadsheet. And using this spreadsheet, you can draw diagrams, data. Using the data, you can write the diagrams. I think this getting slow in opening. Can you able to see this book? Google Sheet named book is open. So just for reference, I have given this for reference. So same way you can able to see this. This one of you tell me because I'm going keeping on talking. Okay. So here you can store thousands of data. Okay, using the data analysis research means this Excel sheet will be very useful. So after you can write here, take the formatting. Formatting will be here, and data, using the data you can sort the sheet with in ascending or descending order. You can use the filters. Okay, you can use these things. Then insert in the insert, you have this chart. Okay, so you can insert chart based on your data. So you can use this resource. These are freely available. So here for this data, they are given the chart like this. Okay, so same way you can prepare many things. So using this spreadsheet. Then you have this slides, Google Slides. Okay, Google Slides is similar to the PowerPoint presentation. So you can create here, go for with new and create a new Google Slides. So you will have a Google Slide. So here this is a Google Slide. So you can add title and add, it's not opening. Okay, you will have this. Same way you will get a, yeah, here. So you can write the topic here. I am writing it as nano physics. Okay, so you can write from this. Same way you can create a new slide and prepare a PowerPoint presentation. These are the basic things a researcher should know. Okay, you should know how to use the spreadsheet, how to use the Word document, and how to use this PowerPoint presentation. Okay, these are the basic skills you have to develop. Okay. So I'll move on to the main topic. So I told you LaTeX, Google Docs, this MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and similar to that, you have Google Docs, Google Spreadsheet, and Google Slides. Okay. So research is a burden if you do not plan it well. Hence, make a plan and enjoy doing research. When a research journey is carried out in an organized manner, it is simple as well as interesting. You gain lot of knowledge when going through this journey. Okay. So you will gain lot of knowledge. So when done in a well-planned way, you can complete your research journey on time without any stress. Thank you. Wish you a happy and successful research journey. Thank you. Thank you for providing me this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hope I have covered something, not fully. 45 minutes, I can just go through, give a, okay, I'll stop presenting my screen. Hope it will be useful for the new researchers. Thank you.
Now the session is open for the discussion. If you have any doubt, you can ask to ma'am.
Yes.
If you have any doubt, you can ask. Unmute yourself and ask your question.
The main part of research is, the main thing is you should have eager to learn. Okay, that is the first thing you should have while doing research. Okay, if you have eager, you can go on, Google is there, and you any software help menu is there. So you can explore many things. So nowadays everything is available in your pocket. With using your mobile, you can do lot of things. Yes, any questions? Thank you.
I think there is no participants. So now I request Shende sir for vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. I would like to thank to Madam S. Lavanya Madam for giving a valuable time for this 1 week national conference on research methodology. Madam, your presentation is very informative and you very well known about the resources of how to write research work in the form of thesis and as well as research papers, and where is the searching for uh, previous research papers. So these are the resources I hope use our research scholar as well as students. So very much thankful for your giving valuable time to this conference, and thank you very much, madam. So uh, thank you, madam.
Thank you, one and all.
Deshmukh sir.
I would like to thank ma'am. We, we never meet personally, but still you accepted a invitation, and you have given such a wonderful presentation and very informative kind of resources you discuss with us. And these resources will definitely help our students for their research work, even for their project dissertations. Thank you once again, ma'am. So with this, we stop here, and I hope we all will join on